So that's the deck. Of course, he's got 8 fetches in here to help out those Searing Blazes and 14 mountains. And also those fetches go a long way towards making that Grim Lavamancer a little more effective.
Yeah.
Although apparently fetches are unnecessary according to the...
well, according to the misreported deck list release.
Yes, exactly.
Alan Terry on the left here playing the big red deck. Peter Ingram on the right. There is another way that Alan, I think, could make the game go to his advantage, and that is if Peter stumbles.
Well, yeah.
If Peter stumbles, a Koth or a Timely Rune Blaster could easily just finish the game so that Peter can't come back into it.
Yeah, Peter does have 2 Lightning Bolts in the deck to deal with a Koth, potentially.
Well, to deal with as in double draw it to kill a Koth.
Right, I just mean keep him from ultimating Koth, alongside potentially an attacking Oracle of Moldiah if he's not on Titan mana yet.
Yeah, I think Oracle will be like an expensive Explorer. Colony Heart Expedition, my bad. Expedition from Peter. And this is actually a terribly threatening card against Alan, because Alan doesn't really have a way to interact to stop that. And no mana acceleration from Alan.
On the draw as well. So Peter plays Terramorphic Expanse and passes back. Alan plays his 3rd mountain.
And says go.
And the Expanse cracks and turns into turns into a forest. Excuse me.
Peter untaps, plays a land, brings up his Colony Heart Expedition, yet another, lays an Oracle. It's a Rampant Growth on top. I expect that as soon as he cracks that Expedition, or in any way gives Alan a chance to burn that Oracle, it'll probably be burned. I mean, you better do it now. If you're going to burn it, you better do it now, otherwise it's going to be too late.
Yeah.
Too late it is.
Yeah, it seems like he's not killing the Oracle. Peter with twice as many lands in play as Alan.
Still has not even used the Oracle's ability.
And the top is a Valakut, so it comes into play. Oh, Valakut off of Oracle. That's, yeah.
Okay.
He's double Valakut on top.
Land. I mean, you could go Rune Blaster one of those Valakuts to just stop the bleeding and then still be in terrible shape.
Yeah, it's not looking good. Alan has yet to play a spell. Alan has yet to play a non-mountain card at all.
Those are some pretty nice expressive mountains there.
Oh, so there's a Koth.
And he untaps. And
taps it for a
burn.
bolt on the Oracle, and I assume he just...
you don't get to untap the land twice. That's a tapped mountain there. I don't think it's going to matter, but I'm guessing we're going to see a green Sun Zenith for 6. There it is.
Yeah, I mean, unless he just top decked that bolt, seems like he should have shot that Oracle earlier.
And Koth goes away. It's a good idea to kill the Koth there, not because of the plus ability, but actually because of the minus ability. Alan could threaten to do something like big and powerful, which probably still wouldn't matter at this point, but it's the only possible way for Peter to be in any kind of trouble. Land from Alan. A bunch of not enough.
Going to game
Scoop.
2.
Game 2. Alan has active aggression. I'm going to just say Alan has active aggression times 2. Dismember he could board in as an extra kill spell, but he already has so many kill spells to get rid of in an Oracle. And Dismember doesn't actually get very far along killing a Titan. It's still 2 cards to kill a Titan. Maybe you cut your Burst Lightnings for Dismembers so that you can get any 2 of your burn spells to kill things. I still think you'd probably prefer a card like Slagstorm, just on the off chance that you're facing an Avenger of Zendikar. There's really not much here for
really rough
for Alan.
I mean, the best thing about going into this game is he's on the play.
Right.
At this point, like,
yeah.
I mean,
this is not the matchup Alan is prepared to play.
Right. And
Alan is prepared to play against other decks.
Again, like, he needed to bolt that Oracle before it started putting all those lands into play.
Yeah.
I mean,
And the opportunity was when he sacrificed the Expedition.
Right.
And because once the Expedition is sacrificed, after the fetch resolves, well, then you have priority again. And so you can't do anything until priority is passed.
Right.
The special action of lay a land does not give that opportunity. Meanwhile, Peter actually has a fair number of things to bring in. Obstinate Baloth isn't, in this matchup, surprisingly isn't great, but it's fine.
Right.
It's a big body. Thrun is fine. And Avenger of Zendikar seems absolutely totally reasonable. He might not even know that Nature's Claim is actually good in this matchup.
I was just going to say, like, he only saw Koth and Bolt.
Yes.
Koth, Bolt, and Mountains, which means he could have been like, why did this mono-red aggro deck keep a hand that couldn't play anything on turns 1, 2, or 3? Or he could be kind of aware that maybe this is a big red deck. But, I mean, Alan showed him almost nothing. Nothing to indicate that he's trying to ramp as well.
Now remember, this is table 7. Now, what that means is these guys are probably either 8-1 or 8-0-1. I'm guessing they're 8-1.
8-0 or 7-1 is what you're right? Because there are only 8 rounds of
yeah. You're correct. You're correct. Pardon me. 7-1
right.
or 7-0-1.
Yeah.
Alan Terry gives a look to a friend. He does not look happy with this matchup. I mean,
although, I mean, you can't be surprised to see Valakut. I don't understand, like, why that would be something that you'd expect to dodge, especially the week after it won an event. I mean, to me, that's like, all right, enemy number 1, because all the people that want to play the quote best deck will look right at the top 8 and go, this guy won.
That's the best deck.
That's the best deck, especially if you have the cards. And Valakut, like, really, most of these cards are Zendikar block cards. They've been around for forever, and everybody's had an opportunity to grab them, especially the Titans being reprinted. You know, it's not like this is made up of a bunch of new cards. Everybody's got Valakut. But maybe he actually has some kind of plan that we're not thinking of, we're not aware of. Maybe he just did not have just had a really bad hand. But now that he knows Peter's on Valakut, he has some sort of game plan.
I mean, you can mulligan really aggressively for the hope of finding the combination of cards. When your matchup is really terrible, your option is not to go for the fair hand, but just to Hail Mary and go for just the best random shot you've got and hope it works out.
Yeah, that's a similar, I mean, I've seen that happen in football too. You know what I mean? Where the bad team against the really good team just goes, we're probably going to lose anyway, so why don't we just go with the all-out, high-flying offense here and stop playing the safe, and try to run it up the middle kind of offense. And sometimes it works.
Well, and it's interesting, actually, that's usually, if you look at game theory modeling of football, that's actually usually the most successful strategy type, just in general. Using the statistics that have been
high reward
the statistics that have been built up over the sports keeping for which there's really good statistics in a lot of professional and college sports, like meticulous statistics. And Allen, it's like,
well, there goes a mulligan.
Yep.
He may be doing exactly what you're saying, although it looked more like he was disgusted with that opening hand.
yeah, he did not look happy with it.
It's almost like he just noticed what deck he was playing. Oh my gosh. Like, you know, sometimes you just wake up and you're like, I don't remember anything that's happened in the last, 12 hours. What am I playing? Where am I? Oh, I'm against Valakut with a deck that doesn't have a very good plan against Valakut.
I'd actually be really curious about how Chandra the Firebrand has been for him.
Yeah, me too.
Like, it's obviously a potential turn 3 play for him, but other than that, has it been good?
Right. I mean, I wonder too, because would you turn 3 Chandra poke you?
Well, you can poke a creature. You can poke a little guy.
Hawk.
Yeah.
That's fine, yeah. Just doesn't seem that exciting to me.
Yeah. I like Big Chandra a lot. Big Chandra, not super Big Chandra,
Not a Blaze,
but Chandra Nalar. I like Chandra Nalar a lot.
Me too.
Another big sigh from Allen. He knows that his hand, not great here. And I think most of its hands are going to look not great. We got a curious judge poking his rubberneck out to find out what's there.
Yeah, well, he keeps, so it looks like he went Mountain Go. And Peter with Terramorphic Expanse Go. And we have Mountain
Mountain Go?
Go, I
Oh,
guess.
that's very sad for Allen.
I mean, Wyatt on Twitter mentioned again, or just mentioned about the Goblin Ruin Blasters. That is fine, right? Like, that's a way to deal with Valakut, the card.
Yeah, I mean, that card
And
exists
active
in this
aggression,
deck.
right.
But I'm going to tell you, having run a deck like this with 4 Tectonic Edge, 4 Goblin Rune Blasters, and then 4 Royal, what's the name? The red 2 Destroy a Land card.
Red 2 Destroy. I know what you're talking about. I can't think
Destroy
of
a
it
Land and Spoiling Royal. That's 3 times as many land destruction spells as this, and it's not sufficient to hold back Valakut. It just does not work out.
Guessing that one of Alan's friends who doesn't understand Magic but is watching anyway because Alan's on here says it's more nerve-wracking because of the commentators. Sorry about that.
Well, I mean, this is rough beats for Alan. This matchup is a rough one. His deck looks really interesting, but
right, I really like Alan's deck. I just would like to see it actually doing what it's supposed to do.
It would have been really cool to see this deck play, for example, against Cobblade, and see what it would be playing like against a deck which I imagine he's more set up for.
I mean, I'd like to see him just catch a break this game, at least just to...
Look at that. He does not have a 3rd land. Peter is sacrificing the Expedition to get to 6, and Roiling Terrain. Thank you.
That's it,
I couldn't remember the name of it.
Me neither. I was like, I know exactly what you're talking about.
I was like, Spoiling Royal? What the heck is it called again?
Into the Royal? No.
Okay. Now, thankfully for Alan, even with his mana, Peter does not have the Primeval Titan yet. Oh, he top decks it. I think that it was a top deck of a Primeval, or am I wrong?
Yeah, I think so. I think he's got 2. Look like he got Inferno Titan 2.
Here comes a Koth, I'm going to guess. Koth of the Hammer hits the table. And he's going to make a mountain attack, and then here we have Summoning Trap. Perhaps
Interesting.
Going to see what awesomeness happens. There are 8 Titans in Peter's deck.
Well, he's got 2 in his hand. I don't even understand why he didn't play one last turn.
Why not just get a free Oracle? That's fine.
Well, he
I
costs
actually
6
like
mana, but...
casting Primeval Titan, period. It's hard for that deck to
Oh,
recall.
there's a
There's a
Titan on
3rd
top.
Primeval Titan.
It's funny, too. It was the 8th card down.
Untap, draw, and it's going to be lights. There's Inferno Titan.
God.
Primeval. It's going to get probably Valakut here. He's got 5 mountains already. And then he has not laid a land naturally yet, so the Oracle, or any land he has in his hand, can do some work. I believe he has a Rampant Growth in his hand. I might be wrong about that. So the green-red being open is significant.
Well, that's Alan's fiance. So, Give him a big hug when he gets home. Because this is just not a good
summoning
matchup
trap
for
that
him
doesn't
right
do much for Peter. There's a block here, perhaps. Sorry, not a block, a attack coming there from that Oracle, and then a go.
now. All right, Alan, can you do
Show us something
impressive?
good here. Even though there's 2 more Primeval Titans waiting in Peter's hand.
There's an Inferno Titan in his hand, and at least a Primeval Titan in his hand.
I mean, this is the nightmare match. I was not able to solve this match, and so I gave up on Big Red. Even though I love Big Red. One of the only plays that I ever was able to successfully beat this deck is Koth into Destructive Flow. Or Force, Destructive Force.
Force, right.
And only if they hadn't ramped up a lot.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's just rough. It's a rough choice. It's a rough situation.
Seems like it. I really would like to know what Alan faced all day.
I mean, I'd be willing to bet that he probably, given his high placement, is perhaps good against like Cobblade decks and creature-based decks that are like, say, Birthing Pod and things like that. I think he's probably very well set up for that. What do we have there?
Oh, so he removed he minused Koth.
Yep, to put it Chandra. Is that what Chandra?
Chandra,
And now he's
the
minusing
5/1.
Chandra to double the shot or the lightning bolts. Okay. Dead Primeval Titan. Now he's got 3 mana left. 2 mana. Spear of the Suns, or what is that?
Yeah, it must be a Spear.
A Chalice, I think. Chalice for
Chalice,
1.
yeah. Right, because Sphere comes
And
in up
a
tapped.
Bolt to kill the Oracle. And now here's going to come another Titan.
Yeah. Yikes.
Titan. Boom.
Yep. Inferno. I was gonna say there's no no forest tapped there.
Maybe he doesn't have Primevals in his hand.
He does have Primevals in his hand.
Does he?
There's
Summoning Trap. That's a summoning
and
trap.
Because he just drew that, but he definitely has Primeval too. 'cause
So
it
is
was
he
on
just
top.
toying with Alan then?
I think he's well, I mean, I don't know if he's toying with him as much as he's just like I feel like playing Inferno Titan now.
That
mean,
seems
is
like
it- is
toy.
it a-
That seems like
I
a
guess
cat
I
batting
guess
around
so,
a
but,
mouse
I mean,
a little bit to
I'm
me.
almost 100% sure there's a Primeval Titan in there.
Is that a nature's claim?
Nature's claim on the Chalice. Yeah.
So he must have already known that Alan was on Big Red. They might have sat next to each other. Maybe they know each other.
Yeah.
Alan goes. Rune Blaster. Blast one of your Valakuts. And Inferno Titan is about to come into the red zone.
Or he's just gonna play. Yeah. Okay. So. Yeah. What do these die? Do they represent
Yeah.
creatures? No. Okay.
Okay, shoot and
Inferno
shoot. Pump all of this mana into Inferno Titan. Hit you for 10 plus 2 damage. Hit you for 12.
And he just not. Oh well.
And here we have Dismember, joined by. Is that a Searing
Burst
Blaze?
Lightning or Searing Blaze? Yeah. It's textless. So it's a textless burn spell, which is looks just like every other textless burn
Summoning
spell.
Trap from Peter at the end of the turn. Maybe it'll whiff. Is that Thrun?
Yeah, it's Thrun.
Thrun.
And I turned my head sideways for that. For some reason, I wasn't expecting Thrun.
Thrun times 1 in Peter's deck. Sideboard, I should say. Alan is contemplating where things go from here. He might just be like, do I scoop to a Thrun at this point in the game, where Thrun attacks me twice?
Got 1 card in hand. He's already exhausted 2 Planeswalkers.
And I think he's going to pick it up. Nope, he's going to let it play out. Peter attacks, knocks you
I
to
think
4.
he just drew another Inferno Titan.
It looks like an Inferno Titan to me. Oh boy.
We're Primeval or Inferno? I mean,
Go to 1. And the answers that exist now,
Draws a mountain.
mountain and an exchange of pleasantries before the match concludes.
Yeah, you're gonna give him the still had all these. What is that? Is that? I don't know what he had in hand, but I'm almost positive he had another primeval.
Yeah. Now,
so Peter Ingram takes the match in blazing fast fashion here.
right. I mean, one of the things what we're going to try to do is we're going to try to get another match under the camera as soon as we